Back to Holiday Hoopsgiving here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're on the campus of Holy Innocents Christian School alongside the coach, Lewis Preston. I'm Ned Case. Thank you guys for tuning in to Norcross taking on Mountain Brook, traveling from Alabama, the defending 7A state champs in Alabama. And Coach, you know, what are we going to see out of Norcross here? I know we're a little less familiar with out-of-state Mountain Brook, but what do you expect to see out of the Blue Devils?
Well, after having a chance to watch Norcross against Gainesville last weekend at On the Radar Hoops, once again, you have a great program that's very established here throughout Georgia, not only for what they've done in regards to championships, but also in the type of players that they develop to go on to the Division I and Division II levels.
And last year, Norcross 26-6, a 3-point loss in the state championship to Tift County. So they're looking to get one more win in the 2017-2018 season, and we're going to tip it off. It's Watford and Topin on the tip-off. JoJo Toppin, we'll see, call his name quite a bit. The recent University of Georgia signee.
It's very interesting right here, Ned, to start off here. Norcross started off in a little matchup, 3-2 look, 1-2-2. Kind of depends on where the ball moves or how they move and stay in that look. Ended up getting an offensive foul right there.
And Mountain Brook showing full court pressure from the start. Topin with the ball. Him and Watford will be the marquee matchup all day. Now it's Dalvin White with the ball. Sturdivant for three, getting this game underway.
Really looking forward to see how Sturdivant steps up. Didn't necessarily play as well as a lot of people expected versus Gainesville, but finished with a very quiet 19 last weekend.
Ball in the hands of Alex Washington. Washington's going to let it go for three. Too strong. Rebound by Sean Elmore. Elmore committed to North Alabama. Watford with the ball top of the key.
Once again, versus this look right here, Mountain Brook kind of going in a 1-4 action, trying to get it over the top to their two big men.
Elmore brings down the skip pass, cross court. Watford with it. Mountain Brook being very patient with it. Corner three for Elmore is good.
Anytime you can get dribble penetration into the paint for a kick, because once you get in there, it's automatic help and recover. Nice extra pass for that wide open three.
And we're going to have an early foul on Mountain Brook. And checking into the game is Paulie Strumagali.
Stramaglia looks like he's got that nice Italian name. My wife's last name's San Germano, so believe me, I understand that Italian flavor.
So this full court pressure from Mountain Brook giving Norcross a little difficulty early, but there you have a chance to break it with transition, 2-on-1. White's going to take it himself, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Nice job stepping in there, William Lineberry.
Once again, Ned, that's a great opportunity to pull up for that little short-range jumper right there, because he was kind of underneath the basket. But once again, when you're standing there and you're playing it, 9 times out of 10, high school officials are going to make that call.
The lost art of the mid-range jumper. Elmore with the ball in the corner, swings it across the top.
Norcross is doing a great job of handing off Wofford throughout their matchup zone.
Elmore with an offensive rebound, maybe a little bit of a push off inside finish. Lineberry after drawing the charge on one end gets free throw, or gets the layup on the other.
Mountain Brook gets right into that full court pressure. See how Norcross will handle it.
There's the pull up, but just short on that shot attempt was Toppin. Watford pushing.
Oh, the big fella Wofford right there can handle that rock.
Pushing in transition, left-handed layup falls for Norcross. That was Sturdivant, his second bucket of the game.
Sturdivant's doing a great job of being aggressive on both ends of the floor and being rewarded with 5 early points.
Sturdivant, 12 offers, including Auburn, FSU, Georgia Tech, Iowa State, just to name a few. The junior, highly recruited. Top of the key, nothing but net. Strumagali. Toppin for 3.
I'm telling you, this game's going to be a track meet with a basketball, so we got to make sure that we have our chops ready. Sturdivant with the steal.
Sturdivant, easy layup.
He's got 7 of their 10 to start. He's definitely making up for last week, and I say that he had a quiet 19. Much more vocal with his play on both ends of the floor here today.
Elmore with the ball. He's going to take a 3. No good, Elmore. We're going to have a hold underneath, and it's going to go against Norcross.
That right there, I would call, Ned, I call that a good foul because he was keeping Wofford off the glass right there. And what's very interesting is sometimes being a little bit smaller, you got to wrap your arms around. So it's a good foul.
So Mountain Brook will have another offensive possession. Ball in the corner. It's going to be an over and back. Good pressure there by Norcross, trapped in the corner.
Great pressure right there. Once again, you got to be very careful when you catch that ball on the sideline, knowing where you are versus Norcross's size and length as well as their athleticism.
So Sturdivant's going to inbound it. Finds Ashton Malone. Toppin, left-handed layup is good.
I tell you, JoJo Toppin's athleticism is going to play very well for him at the University of Georgia. With Mark Fox and the way that he develops guys of his size. I think it's a very good get for the Bulldogs.
Norcross staying in their zone defense look. Now more of a traditional 2-3.
They switched to that 2-3 once they took Wofford out of the game because there isn't anybody out there that necessarily scares them as much as Wofford does with his ability to score at all 3 levels.
Mountain Brook, again, being very patient on offense. They don't seem to be in a rush yet.
Coach McMillan from Mountain Brook right now looked like he's running an old Cutters version of trying to get multiple guys cutting through there to make sure that Norcross doesn't pass those guys off and can get some open driving lanes to maybe get a penetration or kick or easy 10 to 12-foot jump shot.
Long possession here for the Spartans. Norcross crowd starting to come to life here, appreciating the effort of their defense. And almost turnover, Mountain Brook corrals. Kick out 3 from the corner is good.
I know they took a lot of time off of the clock, but every time that the Spartans and Mountain Brook's gotten the ball into the paint, they've made that kick for a wide open 3.
And stepping out of bounds was Toppin. And Brandon Boston will check back in the game. You almost feel like Mountain Brook knows they don't want to get in a track meet and slowing it down, shorten this game.
And to me right there, I think that's very good coaching, understanding how to control the tempo, change tempo. Once again, it's very hard to play defense for the amount of time that Norcross played the last time.
Watford has it in the corner, deflected, but Washington corrals it. Elmore for 3, good. Sean Elmore with his second 3-pointer. Corner 3 on the other end is good. That was number 25, Kevin Eskridge.
He did a great job in the game last week against Gainesville, knocking down 3 clutch 3-pointers for him. He's continuing that action here today.
Elmore 4-3 on the other end, no good. It looked like it went off Norcross' hand, but it's going to be Norcross ball.
Great game here early to start out 15-14 for Norcross. Once again, the activity is at a high level here. It's the reason why you got some high-level coaches here as well.
Ben Garrett checking the game for the first time. 6-foot junior. Eskridge pushing, now slows it down and gets it over to White. Dalvin White, senior guard, 5'10". Toppin, nice ball fake, gets his man in the air, drives the bucket, and a tough offensive foul call. Looked like he may have been sliding over after Toppin went up.
That, to me, right there, being a former coach, that's the reason why I look at Coach Mack's head right now. It's got some gray in there, a little salt and pepper, because of calls like that. Definitely moving underneath the basket. He should have been at the line shooting, too.
JoJo Toppin's first foul. 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Norcross leads by 1. Mountain Brook being very methodical on the offensive end. You see Toppin fronting Watford there. They're trying to deny the ball to him as much as they can. Washington over to Elmore. Elmore ball fake, gets his man in the air, drives in the paint. High floater, can't go. Rebound tipped by Mountain Brook. It'll be Norcross ball.
Once again, right there, the young man, number 21, put the ball on the floor before he shot instead of just catching and shooting that shot where the defense had a chance to recover and react. That
shot was by Ben Garrett, and the length of Norcross certainly affected it. And nice inbounds pass there as White runs it down. Eskridge bounce pass across to Toppin. Now Norcross slows it down a little bit. Three for White, and it's going to be strong. Rebound, Eskridge fighting for it. It's going to go to Mountain Brook.
Ned, sometimes you got to really understand your personnel right there. Not to say that shot by Dalvin White's a bad shot, but Sturdivant's knocked down 2 early ones. Maybe kick that one up top for him for that wide open. See if we can get a heat check right there.
So Britton Johnson checks back in the game. One of the starters for Mountain Brook. Stramaglia carries it. Now moves it along to Johnson. And Mountain Brook getting into one of their sets, it sounds. 6 seconds on the clock here. Watford has the ball. Drive in, right-handed layup, and one. Nice strong take there by Watford.
Ned, that's the reason why he is a 5-star prospect and one of the top 25 players in the 2019 class. Not only was he able to put that ball on the floor, take the contact, and still finish to get an L1, he made that look very simple.
Watford last year, second in voting in Mr. Basketball for the state of Alabama. And finishes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Sturdivant, half-court shot's going to be short, and that'll take us to the end of our first quarter with Mountain Brook leading Norcross 17-15 here at Holiday Hoopsgiving. We'll be back on SUV TV right after this.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and CBA Sports.
And we're back here on SUV TV at Holiday Hoopsgiving here at Holy Innocents Episcopal School in Atlanta, Georgia. Alongside the coach, Lewis Preston, I'm Ned Case. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. I'm sure we've got some folks in Alabama watching their Mountain Brook Spartans take a 17-15 lead into the second quarter. Coach, what did you see out of Mountain Brook that helped them get that lead?
I think Mountain Brook did a great job of controlling the tempo and getting into their sets versus Norcross's matchup and eventually their 2-3 zone. Now what they need to do is continue to get the ball to Wofford. continuing to play it the way that they're playing and see if they can force Norcross out of that and back into man-to-man.
Very balanced scoring out of Mountain Brook. 5 different players scored, led by Elmore's 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Sturdivant with the ball on the wing, gets it up to White. Mountain Brook trapping all up high right now.
And Sturdivant got out to that very quick 8 points, and then he's been quiet ever since, so curious to see how they can get him more involved.
Sturdivant called for a travel on that one.
I'm not sure that was a travel. I didn't think he came down.
I agree with you on that. I was a little surprised.
Once again, when the game's moving really fast, sometimes officials might not be able to keep up with it, so they got to have their antennas up as well.
Stramaglia with the ball up top, skips it to the corner. 3 is short. Rebound underneath and 1. Number 44 underneath, 6'4", William Lineberry, headed to the free throw line.
Once again, Norcross starting out with a little bit of a smaller lineup there, although you got Boston and Toppin in there. Once again, some guards, forcing some guards to have to come down on that opposite side to front the post. They didn't do that. Mountain Brook got the offensive rebound and an and-one opportunity.
And Lineberry puts it through for his 5th point. Neither one of these teams particularly tall, 6'6", the tallest player on each side.
Yeah, but it also says a lot about the fact that they have a lot of guys that are like size, so curious to see how multidimensional they are with this size.
Long 3, nothing but bottom of the net for Brandon Boston.
I'm telling you, the young man's got a really bright future in the Norcross Blue Devils program. Really, really talented young man.
Brandon Boston, a 5-star sophomore. Shot by Watford, no good. Pulled down by White. Top in, right hand. Another offensive foul.
My silence says everything on that one. Sometimes it's best not to say anything, as my father's always told me.
So Watford will inbound this one. Second charge in a row, or second charge called on the Blue Devils.
I'll tell you right now, Mountain Brook's got a lot of different looks versus this matchup. You know, and although Norcross has been showing a couple different things out of it, depending on the personnel and depending on who's catching it up top.
Lineberry swings it over to Elmore. Lineberry slips to the bucket, inside, kicks out, and that is a travel. Mountain Brook using a lot of guys so far and quick substitutions, keeping everybody fresh.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you're full court pressing the way that they are and a variety of different press that they're throwing on, you got to do that. Great job right there.
White tried to throw it over the top. Couldn't get it to him, but Sturdivant takes it right back and lays it in for an easy 2.
I'm telling you, Sturdivant's got a football running back kind of body right there. Just used his strength and physicality to get that steal. Easy bucket for the Blue Devils.
Berman handles up top. Now he's going to set a pick for Washington. Watford working in the paint, trying to get the ball. Now he gets it top of the key. Berman couldn't handle that one. Over to Elmore. Elmore hesitation move. Watford driving to the right side. Dump underneath.
I'm telling you, Mountain Brook's ball movement is very impressive versus this matchup. And they're just making the simple play, keeping it like vanilla ice cream, simple and plain.
Berman with the basket on that one, and the bucket on the other end goes to Sturdivant.
Sturdivant right now is, once again, he's playing downhill. As soon as he gets downhill, he's got his eyes honed in on the basket.
Elmore for 3s, got it. That's been his spot. He's got 3 threes already. White push in, out to Sturdivant, ball fake, spin move inside, high floater, can't get it to go. Good looking move though.
That was a very good looking move right there. I thought he was going to kind of pull up for that short J right there from about 10 feet. He was able to get that spin, didn't go down, but you know what? He's going to keep the defense on their toes next time.
25-22 lead for Mountain Brook. 4:44 to go here in the second quarter. It's been pretty clean basketball throughout. Norcross playing a little faster. Mountain Brook slowing it down on their offensive possessions.
You always know it's a good basketball game or how fast the quarters go by because it's great ball movement, not that many fouls, and more importantly, just doing a great job of keeping the game simple.
Looked like that pass got tipped, so it'll stay with Mountain Brook.
I got the exact same look as Coach McMillan from Norcross has right now. I don't know where he got that from. I just thought the young man threw the ball out of bounds from Mountain Brook.
Stramaglia with the ball up top. And we're going to go the other way on a foul underneath. Looked like Lineberry was working for post position there and got called.
I just want to know who's in charge of Mountain Brook's uniforms. Look just like Michigan State. I might have to give Coach Izzo a call, see what's up.
Maybe a little too much Michigan yellow in there for Michigan State.
I tell you, they got everything else except for the color scheme.
Absolutely.
If it was white, it would be all Spartans.
The sharp-looking Spartan logo. 3 from Eskridge. Maybe a little bit outside his range.
See what they can do to make up. See what they can make up for it here on defense right here. Especially with Brandon Balson up top. I think he needs be a little bit more active. I think he should have more deflections right now. But Mountain Brook's doing a great job of passing the ball versus this matchup.
Ball in the quarter with Brenton. Trendon Watford, top of the key. It's Johnson from the corner, rims out, rebound. Toppin pulls it down. Ahead in transition, Boston, the left-hander, pulls up and gets the friendly roll.
Very nice right there. Very, very nice. Toppin right there did a great job of coming down that mid-range game.
Johnson comes right back, not afraid of missing a 3. He hits that one.
I'm telling you, it seems like Coach McMillan from Mountain Brook just tells him, you're going to knock the next one down, big fella.
Toppin, nice move, can't get it to fall. Watford pulls down the rebound. Watford pushes transition, and they're going to call a block. He'll head to the free throw line.
Man, I'm telling you, most times as a college coach, you kind of look at Watford with his size and like, big fella, what are you doing? But then you see how low and how explosive he is with the ball. Was able to get that contact. Now he's shooting 2.
So Watford, the 6'9" junior. So excuse me, we do have one player over 6'6" on the court. It is Watford. Already 2,000 career points in his Mountain Brook career. First free throw a little strong. Of course, Trendon's brother Christian Watford played for Coach Tom Crean at Indiana a few years back. And now the official's going to come to the table.
Christian Watford made one of the biggest shots I've ever seen in college basketball with that last-second shot to beat Kentucky years ago. Place went bananas. Believe me, I've been in Assembly Hall. I know how crazy it can be in there.
Younger brother Trendon trying to follow in those footsteps, puts his free throw through. 4 points now for Watford. Nice ball movement, mid-range, pull up, bounces out, and brought down by Mountain Brook.
I tell you, Ned, nothing more beautiful when your 6'9" 5-man brings the ball up the floor. Nice steal by Brandon Balson right there. Oh, with the Euro step.
Nice finish.
Wow. I'm telling you, Brandon Balson with that great Euro step finish right there. I'm telling you, the young fella's going to have a chance to be really special. Really special.
And travel called on Mountain Brook. It'll go to Norcross.
I tell you, Wofford's got a great looking body, man. I understand why so many colleges are on him. Wow.
Yeah, Alabama, Kansas, Auburn, FSU, Indiana, Iowa. You could keep reading that list. He's got a lot of coaches interested in him.
Exactly.
A lot of coaches out at this event.
Absolutely. I mean, why not? You know, sit the turkey off, move around a little bit, but more importantly, get a chance to watch some great high school basketball action.
Sturdivant up top, moves it over to Murphy. Under 2 minutes to go here before the half. 3-point lead for Mountain Brook. Pull up by Toppin, no good.
Mountain Brook is doing a great job of holding Norcross to just one shot with the way that they're gang rebounding, although they lack the size that Norcross has on the floor right now.
Again, this patient offense of Mountain Brook, not in any hurry. And they're going to use a timeout to make sure they get the most out of this possession. And we'll take a timeout with them here at the Holiday Hoopsgiving in Atlanta, Georgia on SUV TV.
Just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast.
Do my thing whenever I'm put on someone's neck.
My adults will be the best in 4 years.
Welcome back to SUV TV's 2017 coverage of Holiday. Alongside Lewis Preston. And Coach, you just said that was a great timeout called by Mountain Brook.
Definitely a great timeout right there. They don't have the size. They were kind of a little bit rattled with the different things Norcross was doing. They got a 3-point lead. Great job right there to get them into something to hopefully get them a nice look here near the end of the second quarter, near the end of the first half.
So 3-point lead. Minute 15 to go. Elmore for three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Caleb Murphy. Now Toppin in transition, and that's going to be a block. So finally one of those block charge calls goes Norcross's way.
Once again, there, the crowd behind me, or behind both of us, kind of disagrees, thought that was a charge. But you know what? I think sometimes every once in a while you need a makeup.
So JoJo Toppin will head to the line. The recent Georgia signee puts that one through.
Now, me being a left-hander as well, Ned, I really like how smooth his stroke is, and then also just really how athletic JoJo is. Just has to get more consistent with that jump shot and then learning how to score at 3 levels with his great size and length.
That makes 2 southpaws on this broadcast.
Nothing wrong with that. We're just more creative. That's what they say. It's only 10% of us out there now.
We got to stick together. So Mountain Brook under a minute here. Elmore with the ball on the right wing. Watford, ball fake, puts the ball on the ground. Now Watford in the corner, Toppin matched up on him. Skips it all the way across. Good trap there in the corner. And it's going to stay with Mountain Brook.
Stramaglia did a great job right there by taking and knowing he was trapped and throwing it off the player right there so they could get the ball there over. I like to call that coffin corner right there, so it's going to be curious to see how Norcross guards this out of bounds.
A little bit of a stack look here with Watford at the top of the key. That's where they're going to go with it. Under 30 to go here. Boston pressing out on the ball up top. And we'll see when Mountain Brook chooses to attack. 10 on the clock. Watford drives right hand, no good. Grabs his own rebound, goes up again, and one opportunity for Trendon Watford.
Ned, I keep saying this. I don't care what level you are, big-time players make big-time plays. Trendon Watford right there showed why he's a five-star prospect. Misses the first shot off the drive, gets the offensive rebound. Now he's having a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
So Watford with a chance for his second three-point play in this first half. Had one at the end of that first quarter, now one at the end of the second. Watford's free throw is good, and Mountain Brook's lead is out 2-4. Just under 6 to go. White crosses the timeline, is going to pull up, long three, no good, off the glass. And that'll take us to the half with Mountain Brook leading 32-28 over Norcross. Coach, what were you most impressed about out of Mountain Brook in that half?
Very impressed with their ability to pass. Very impressed with how they got on the offensive glass, and they were not routed by Norcross's size and the different changing defenses that they threw at them in the full and in the half court.
So Norcross trails by 4 at the half here. They'll head into the locker room, as will Mountain Brook, and we'll be back for second half action in just under 10 minutes here at Holiday Hoopsgiving on SUV TV.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and CBA Sports.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Check this out. Did you know that you can have all kinds of delicious food from your favorite local restaurants delivered right to your door? I know, I just blew your mind. All you have to do is go to choices2you.com. Choose from a list of great local restaurants, pick what you want right from their menu, and Choices to You will deliver it to your home or office. It's that easy. Get real restaurant food from the places you love delivered right to your door. Choices2you.com. Eat out without going out.
Welcome back to Holiday Hoopsgiving here at Holy Innocent School in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for tuning in to SUV TV for our 2017 coverage. I'm Ned Cage alongside the coach, Lewis Preston. We're here for the second half of Mountain Brook and Norcross. Taking a look at some halftime stats. One stat really jumped out at us, and that was 3 first-half rebounds for Norcross.
That's incredible considering they have the size advantage, with Toppin, also with Boston. It'll be interesting to see how they take and get this rebounding deficit back towards their favor, being out-rebounded by Mountain Brook 12-3 in the first half.
Mountain Brook leads 32-28 here. Both teams shot the ball extremely well in that first half. Norcross shooting 61%, and for Mountain Brook shooting 58% from beyond the arc. Mountain Brook was 6 of 11, and Norcross was 4 of 6.
That tells me that the referees didn't interfere too much with how the game was played. And you know what? It also is a sign of 2 well-coached teams.
So Mountain Brook will start with it here in the second half. Their slow, methodical offense was their success. Patient with it. Long 3, no good from Johnson. And it'll be Norcross ball. Johnson hit 2 threes in that first half.
May have been a little bit quick right there, but also at the same time, you're kind of feeling it. Maybe he just comes out in the locker room and gets rid of those jitters.
Dalvin White driving up the sideline. Nice ball handling. Driving baseline, kicking, knocked out of bounds. Washington with his hand in the passing lane. And Sturdivant will bring this ball in from that deep corner.
Oh, right back. Great job.
Sturdivant drives, blocked, but a foul's going to be called. He'll head to the line for 2. So Watford, I think, had a clean block, but it looked like contact called on number 4, Alex Washington.
Great job right there on the baseline out of bounds by Norcross with the way that Mountain Brook was lined up. Sturdivant passing in, went right back, attacked the basket. Now he's shooting 2.
Sturdivant puts that through. 11 points for him in the first half. 5 of 6 shooting from the field, including 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. That was his first free throw attempt.
Watching him play the first half, you understand why so many high major programs are looking at him.
Having a tough time breaking the press, but Mountain Brook finally does. Spartans now on offense. Drive by Watford, right hand and 1. Foul's going to be called on Toppin.
What is really incredible right now, as you start to watch Trendon Watford catch the ball up top, right? Whether it's Toppin or it's Brandon Boston, they don't have the size to match his physicality off the drive, and he's just kind of lowering that shoulder a little bit to force the referee to make a call, knowing that he's going to finish on his strong hands.
Watford now 4 of 5 from the free throw line, including 3 3-point plays for 10 points.
He is definitely a 5-star prospect and then some.
Alonzo Johnson bounce pass to Sturdivant. Now they'll get set in their offense. We're a minute into this third quarter. White pull up 3, good. And quick timeout called by Norcross. Dalvin White shooting 41% from the 3-point line last year, shows off his ability to shoot there.
You know what, Ned? Most of the time when that shot goes up as a coach, you're like, no, 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 until the ball goes in and you go, yes, yes, yes.
So Dalvin White gets in the scoring column for the first time today, as we just have a quick 30-second timeout. And the slowdown offense for Mountain Brook seems to take away the ability for Norcross to really get on any runs to get back and take a lead in this game.
And once again, I give Coach McMillan from Mountain Brook a lot of credit. He's controlling the tempo. Once again, you don't want to get in the track meet with Norcross. And once again, he's got really fundamental guys. But once again, when you have that superstar in Trendon Wofford, he can take and show you a variety of different things you can do to your advantage.
A little token pressure there from Norcross.
Back into the matchup, Norcross is.
Elmore with the ball. Now they swing it to the corner. Three is good. He's been there all day long, Britton Johnson. Nine points for him, off from beyond the arc. Boston from the corner, too strong on that one. Watford pulls down the rebound. And Watford splits the double team. Another three for Johnson is good. Britton Johnson hot from beyond the arc.
It's great. It's incredible right there for Norcross. They almost, Brandon Bolson and Joe Toppin on Wofford almost had to steal. He recontrols it, throws it back over, and then number 3, Britton Johnson, his second straight 3.
And a tough left-handed finish there by Dalvin White. He'll head to the line, try to complete the three-point play.
Once again, this fast-paced up and down still favors Norcross, although it's a 7-point lead for Mountain Brook right here. They're going to have to be, get back to seeing how they can control the tempo. But once again, Britton Johnson knocking down those threes, the last couple of threes. They're making Norcross pay for playing fast.
Dalvin White's free throw up and good. Cuts the lead 2-6. 5:55 to go here in the third. Here's Boston at the top of this zone. Now Mountain Brook moving into their set and not in any rush at any point today.
Once again, somebody better know where Britton Johnson is and make sure he don't knock that third 3 down in a row, because he's over there in that corner, his sweet spot.
He catches and shoots that one a little short, didn't have as much time. Sturdivant with a strong rebound there and loses it out of bounds.
I tell you, that football body right there was advantageous for him. But you know what? Just kind of dribbled it off his foot a little bit out of bounds. Just go back to make it up on the next play right here, Norcross.
Ball's up top with Elmore, committed to play at North Alabama. There's a skip to Johnson. Good closeout by Toppin. Working in the middle's Lineberry. Now he gets it at the top of the key. Mountain Brook calling out their sets, getting everybody to the right spot, running some guys on the baseline. Nice active hands by Boston.
It's kind of interesting right here, Ned. If I had to pick a college team that Mountain Brook kind of reminds me of, is a former team I coached at Notre Dame, in regards to having that one star, that being Bonzi Colson, and then everybody else playing around. Nice inbounds play right there for Wofford. I thought he was going to turn that thing over and dunk. But you know what? I'm old school. 2 points is 2 points, Ned.
And that extends the lead back out to 8. And here's this full court pressure for Mountain Brook.
I tell you, Wofford's really showing the reason why he is a 5-star prospect.
And that pass is tipped, now stuck in the corner. Sturdivant splits the double team. They could have numbers if they attack. Sturdivant right into the chest of Watford, followed by Toppin is good.
Could have been a double dribble right there. But you know what? They let it go. Great job right there by Norcross.
Watford for 3, good. Showing his outside game as well. Stolen and saved. Mountain Brook's pressure getting to Norcross. We talk about these slow possessions. And it's going to be Mountain Brook ball. A lot of players getting on the deck. You can see both these teams want it right now.
I'll tell you this right now. Trenton Watford, man, once again, when you can score at all 3 levels, Ned, you got a chance to do some things, not only at the 4-letter level at the NCAA, but at that 3-letter level as well. I'm not going to say that out loud, though.
So Watford with 15 points in 2.5 quarters. And that's going to go against Mountain Brook.
I didn't see that right there, but once again, I wasn't paying attention, so.
Something off ball up around midcourt.
Sometimes, Ned, it's just better left to leave some things not said.
So Sturdivant will inbound, not able to run the baseline. Gets it into Toppin, who's pressured by Watford. Toppin showing some ability to handle. Kicks it out. 3 is short. And rebound pulled in by Watford.
Esters hasn't been able to knock down those shots like he did against Gainesville.
Watford getting to the left, drawing back to the right, draws the foul.
Ned, we saw him 2 plays ago. He broke down Toppin off the dribble and finished with a strong hand to the right. But then again, he comes back the next time down and goes to the offhand to the left. Now he's shooting 2. Once again, versatile all 3 levels, means special player.
Free throw up and good. We mentioned a top 25 player in that 2019 class. Offers coming in from all over: Alabama, Kansas, Auburn, FSU, Indiana, Iowa, LSU. Second is good. He's made all but 1 free throw so far today.
All I got to say, I'd hate to be the mailman in Mountain Brook, Alabama.
So Sturdivant will inbound it again against this full court pressure. White, ball knocked down. That was like a defensive back and receiver going up for it, and that's going to be, I think, a push on Elmore.
Once again, can't knock the hustle right there by Mountain Brook. Great job, great activity. They're kind of imposed their will on Norcross here in the 3rd quarter. It'd be interesting to see what type of adjustments that Coach McMillan and his staff can make here to get this game back to a more relative contest as opposed to this 11-point lead.
Yeah, it seems like every time you look up, Mountain Brook's extended that lead just by 2 or 3, but it's consistent. Followed by Boston, no good, grabs his own rebound, goes up strong and finishes.
I'm telling you, that kid's got a chance to be really special right there, because most guys wouldn't have gone back and exploded on that second one to get that offensive rebound and stick back.
10 points and 3 rebounds for Boston. All these stats unofficial coming from me. Doing my best to keep you informed at home. Nice pick and roll, slip and layup. Good play there. Lear Berman on the finish.
That is a great basketball play. He read how the defender was over the top of him, automatically slipped the screen for a nice, easy layup.
Dalvin White driving baseline, good ball movement, driving Eskridge, too strong, and it's going to be offensive. I think that was a charge on that one. Eskridge just attacked hard.
I don't mind the attacking right there, but I think he's trying to make up for not being able to knock down that 3-point shot effectively. Down 11, 50-39. Curious to see what type of adjustments right here that Coach McMillan from Norcross is going to make.
And Norcross is going to call timeout. It's just a quick 30. So we'll stick with you here on SUV TV. Thanks for tuning into our 2017 holiday Hoopsgiving coverage. And, you know, I think I know the answer to this one, but who have you been most impressed with in this game?
Actually, Trendon Wofford. Yeah. Definitely been very impressed by him. But I've also been really impressed by Brandon Boston. There's been a lot. I mean, he's gotten a lot of accolades here early in the season, and he has lived up to that billing. But you know what? As you start to look at the role guys a little bit more at Mountain Brook, you know, Britton Johnson knocking down 4 threes so far. I mean, those guys are really stepping up and playing well off of Wofford, which is a sign of a well-coached and well-cultured program.
So under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mountain Brook's lead now out to 11. Double digits for the first time tonight. Norcross's defensive pressure picking up a little bit. They got him trapped up around midcourt. 2-on-1 lob to Watford, who slams it home, and I think he's going to get a tech for slamming the backboard. Just a little too much energy out of Watford there.
He put a little bit of mustard, like the yellow on those uniforms right there, Ned. Ended up getting a technical for that, but once again, I'm not going to take and get mad at the big fella for that activity.
Yeah, you can't blame him throwing down a lob like that. In an event like this with the crowd as you see it, it's starting to become standing room only around us. Sturdivant puts the first technical through.
That's the guy that I think Norcross has got to spin and figure out a way to get him more involved offensively, because he set the tone for them early with 8 quick points and then it's kind of cooled off since then.
Yeah, 14 right now. So you mentioned that hot start, and again, some of that has to do with just the way Mountain Brook's playing, really kind of getting Norcross out of their rhythm. They play high pressure there and almost force a turnover.
I tell you, this young man, Britton Johnson, I mean, on both ends of the floor, you know, really quick, really athletic, but also does a great job of just knowing who he is.
Johnson made almost 73 pointers last year. And also in my research found out that he recently became an Eagle Scout. Sturdivant with the ball on the wing, tries to get through the middle. And a charge is going to be called. And that's a tough call. Didn't look like anybody was taking a shot to the chest there. And now Coach McMillan's going to get teed up for Norcross.
I don't think necessarily that's a good technical foul call right there by the official, because I thought he was sliding a little bit, to be honest with you. You got to take that ribbon a little bit. It's got to stop being so sensitive.
A couple charges could have gone either way, and they seem to go against Norcross almost every time tonight.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see how they step up and play the rest of the way now. Be very interesting to see how they step up and play.
So Watford puts through his 20th and 21st point of this game.
It's been amazing how effective he's been at all three levels, and then understanding how he's used his body to get fouls and build it from the free throw line as well.
And I believe he's 6 of 7 from the free throw line, so when he gets there, he's effective.
He's a complete player across the board, I tell you that.
So now Mountain Brook will inbound after the technical. Leading by 13 with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They go inside to Watford, up and under, give them 2 more.
That is a great play right there, sideline out of bounds.
A nice entry pass by Elmore, and I think that's going to be off Norcross, and it is. So they're inbounding into that corner and getting themselves in trouble against the trap.
Keep putting it in that coffin corner. You're gonna pay the price for catching the ball there.
And they get the ball inbounds to Elmore. Guarded there closely by Caleb Murphy. Now it's up to Ramaglia. Johnson moves it over to Watford, has it right in front of us. Now it's back up, Lineberry hands it off. Lineberry has it at the free throw line inside to Watford. He's got good position, and he's going to draw a foul.
That is a great play right there. Throwing it up there to number 44 from Mountain Brook right there in the middle of the paint. Then having Watford cut off of that, get that screen in for the post up. Great job right there by Mountain Brook.
And it seems like Mountain Brook is executing everything they want to, taking their time, getting into their set, and then once they get in it, they're running everything they want, even with the pressure Norcross is applying.
Once again, I've said it from the beginning, you can tell well-coached basketball teams early on in a game. This is a very well-coached basketball team with a superstar who's at the free throw line right now shooting 2.
And I believe that's the scoreboard showing the 4th foul on Brandon Boston, or excuse me, JoJo Toppin. Watford puts his free throw through.
Watford's size and athleticism has really bothered JoJo Toppin here today. Curious to see what the young player Brandon Boston is going to be able to do versus his size and physicality here with the last minute and 16 in the third quarter.
Watford, 25 points now. And he'll get a well-deserved rest here in this third quarter.
I'm telling you right now, Ned, I almost want to pass him a couple water the way that he's been playing.
Norcross struggling to get the ball in bounds. Boston picked up his dribble in the backcourt. Now Sturdivant. And Lineberry knocked it away. Dalvin White drives, finds Boston for a two-handed slam.
Oh, my goodness.
And the other way, Elmore, and one. Quickly going the other way.
That full court pass, he looked like he was a quarterback. He looked like Aaron Rodgers right there on that full court pass right there for the and one.
And a tough finish there by Elmore. And three-point play rolls out. Elmore grabs his own rebound, and they reset. And that's exactly what they want to do. If they get an offensive rebound, they want to reset, run this clock, and let's see if they play for the last shot here with 40 seconds to go.
Oh, the old school dribble weave.
Look like the Globetrotters out there.
I'm telling you. I know if Coach Cal was in the gym, he'd be proud right now.
Almost stolen by Norcross, and now we're going to get a foul on Norcross. They're going to get Alonzo Johnson for that one.
I tell you right now, Coach Mack's just sitting on the bench right now because every once in a while as a coach, and believe me, Coach Mack, I've been there myself, there's nothing you can do about this energy and effort right now. You're just being outplayed on both ends of the floor. Got to figure it out here with the last 27 seconds to go in the third.
So Sean Elmore will get a break as well, and then Watford celebrate a little bit on the sideline. They still have a whole nother quarter to go, though.
I need to give Elmore a whole bottle of water with the way that he's been playing.
So Washington makes the front end of his 1-and-1. Now he'll get his second shot. And that one rims out. Rebound by Sturdivant. And knocked away from behind. Lineberry gathers and knocked away again. Recovered by Norcross. Johnson has it. Sturdivant in the corner. Drives baseline. Step back. Good. Nice move by Sturdivant.
Beautiful right there. And I'm telling him he needs to step up more. I think he's got a quiet 14-16 right now.
That could be good if it goes, but it won't go.
If that would have gone right there, I think I would have bought the whole team, all of them hot dogs, the way that they played the third quarter.
So third quarter in the book, and Mountain Brook extends their lead out to 16, leading 61-45. We'll be back here on SUV TV for fourth quarter coverage of this Holiday Hoopsgiving game.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and CBA Sports.
Point lead for Mountain Brook was extended out to 16 after that third quarter. 3-4 Toppin, no good. Rebound hauled in by Mountain Brook.
Once again, Norcross looks like they're trying to force the tempo here a little bit. See how Mountain Brook, they have handled it throughout the course of the first three quarters. See what happens here in the fourth.
Lineberry in the middle, drives, kicks it out. Three for Johnson, no good off the front rim. And they're going to get, I think they're going to get Dalvin White underneath for Norcross. And a tough call there going against White.
I tell you, Coach McMillan right now from Norcross, I'm telling you, him and this near side official right here, it's basically safe to say they're not cutting any turkey or any ham or any of the sides anytime soon.
Watford makes the front end of his 1-and-1.
Better yet, this official right here is definitely not on his Christmas list.
Watford, his second is good.
Is that 27 for him right there?
27.
Man, I'm telling you.
Trendon Watford.
I'm going to be the first one to say this. He's got 27, and it's an efficient 27 points. Very efficient.
Yep. I believe he's only taken that 1-3 that he made.
Once again, when you can score at all three levels, you have an opportunity to be special.
Dalvin White, top in, push in, has Sturdivant, pulls up for three. No good. Watford skies for the rebound.
Man. Thought that was going to go down for Sturdivant right there, but once again, Tristan Wofford, Jesus.
Good
I went through the whole family line right there.
White pulls down the rebound, pushing, pull up at the elbow, no good. Rebound to Lineberry, he outlets. Elmore's got a one-on-one and finishes.
I tell you, Mountain Brook's is doing a great job of just taking advantage of Norcross's mistakes. He could have taken Elmore could have taken and forced that right there to Wofford, but instead took his time, got it back out. That's to their advantage right here.
Yep.
Advantage Mountain Brook.
6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. They lead by 20, continuing to stay within their game plan. Lineberry cuts and taken away by Norcross. Sturdivant should be an and one, and it is as he finishes. Nice hard take there.
It's a good, strong finish by Sturdivant right there. You know, once again, Mountain Brook is doing a very good job handling the pressure. Just got to also be stronger with the ball, make sure you come meet the ball, and then once again, you're already shooting free throws. Get to that free throw line to help extend this 18-point lead.
Sturdivant, the leading scorer for Norcross, has 18 points. This free throw would give him 19.
Telling you, ever seen a guy in back-to-back games like Sturdivant score a quiet 19? It's really incredible to watch how talented this young man is.
And he's kept them in this game along with Brandon Boston, but still down 17 with 6 to go. And taken away. Nice steal, nice extra pass. Layup is good by Eskridge.
Once again, Norcross is letting their defense get some offense for them. Shamaglia has got to be stronger with the ball. Great pass over the top right there.
5 in a row for Norcross, has this lead back down to 15. Just under 6 to go. Watford showing his ability to handle. But fouled on the floor, he'll head to the free throw line.
Beautiful to watch how he can handle that ball, both going to the right and to the left. And it's just forcing, once again, he's forcing the officials to have to make calls with the way that he is creating that body contact. Not only is he athletic and talented, very high basketball IQ as well.
So in the double bonus, he'll get 2 shots. That one, only his second miss from the free throw line. He's had around 10 attempts.
I'll really be curious to see how he finishes up, you know, the next couple years. And as he heads to college, you never know how the way rules are changing here now. He might not have to.
Only a junior, Watford. Driving the lane, losing control of the ball, Mountain Brook. Elmore is gonna pull it up. Again, just staying within their game plan, even with this big lead. And they're gonna get Watford for a carry on that one.
That's interesting to me right there, because I thought he had the hand behind the ball, but once again, I don't have the striped shirt on, nor would I want the striped shirt on with the whistle.
And timeout called by Mountain Brook, and we'll take a timeout with them as they lead by 16 here in the fourth quarter at Holiday Hoopsgiving on SUV TV.
Timeout.
The 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving is brought to you by Adidas, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Stat Row, Atlanta Tip-Off Club, in CBA sports.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
And welcome back to SUV's TV's coverage of the 2017 Holiday Hoopsgiving here at Holy Innocents Episcopal School alongside the coach, Lewis Preston. I'm Ned Case. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. We've got to go in here as Norcross Power struggling down 16 to Alabama defending state champion Mountain Brook, but 5 minutes on the clock. You're going to have to get Mountain Brook a little bit out of their offense, but certainly this one's not over just yet.
It's not over, but I tell you, it's going to be really hard because Mountain Brook, every single player on the floor knows exactly what their role is. And at the end of the day, they know to get the ball in number two's hands and let him take and get some work done.
28 points for Trendon Watford. Sturdivant handles in the backcourt. Now gets it over to Caleb Murphy. The sophomore 6'2 guard handles. Top end drives into a double team. Pull up for Sturdivant, top of the key. Just short, tipped out by Toppin, but Elmore brings it in.
Once again, the second time right there that Mountain Brook's done a great job of getting trapped right there. That one came off of the rebound, throwing it off of the Norcross player so they could get the ball back.
Gives Norcross an opportunity to set up in their full court pressure. They get it into Watford. Now they push it. Elmore catches it in the corner, drives through the double team, and pulls it back out. Norcross just hasn't found a way to speed up this Mountain Brook offense yet.
Man, it's incredible. Incredible just to watch how they just make this simple play every single time.
And even with this slow offense, you know, putting up almost 70 points right now, it's not like they're not taking shots. They're just being very methodical as Washington hits another three. Excuse me, his first three.
One of the things right there, Ned, and very few people can see this, that ball went from side to side 3 times. On that third time, it was wide open for that three-point shot.
Get that defense moving side to side, and a slow rotation opened up an easy look. Up top to Sturdivant, 69-50 lead for the Spartans. The defending 7A state champions out of Alabama. And a travel is going to be called on Norcross.
Just tough across the board right here for Norcross overall. Just trying to make some things happen. I can't fault Sturdivant on the effort right there. But once again, Mountain Brook's size, their length, their athleticism, their IQ overall as a team is just, I think it's just going to be too much now for Norcross to overcome.
This is a Mountain Brook program that's had plenty of success, back-to-back state championships in 2013 and 2014. Won one last year as well. And I believe a travel called there on Mountain Brook.
I think he called a 10-second call right there. I think we've heard that one official's whistle a little bit too much.
Toppin with the ball on the wing. Has White. White pulls up for three, short off the front rim. Pulled in by Norcross. Reset it out top to Toppin. Now they swing it. Nice drive, and that's going to be a charge. Once again, Mountain Brook in position on help defense.
I'm telling you, the rotations by Mountain Brook have been on point all game. I think that's like their 6 or 7 charge in the game.
Absolutely.
Once again, just shows you a well-coached program across the board when you can have those different things happen right there. They're up 19 points, still stepping in and taking charges.
19-point lead with just over 3 minutes to go here and the final quarter.
With all the great activity and all the, the great sponsorship and everything here, I guess the one thing to look forward to here in the future is towels and mops.
I was just thinking that we had Coach McMillan from Mountain Brook over here wiping up with a T-shirt.
Yeah, towels and mops for, sweat, not understanding, these guys are going to perspire out here. So it's one of the things I don't think you can have enough of.
And now that they do have the court mopped up. And it's going to be Norcross ball.
Now the pressure's starting to possibly, I'm just going to let that one go right there because that's just been one play. Britton Johnson coming back in. He's also been a guy who helped extend this lead with his threes there in the third quarter. I think he's got 4, maybe 5 overall.
Step back, 3 is good. That was Dalvin White knocking that one down. And quickly breaking the press is Mountain Brook. And we're gonna have a block call, it looks like.
That was an easy call. He didn't know whether to stay there or run out of the way. So he just got kind of caught in either position, so it ends up being a block.
Trenton Watford running down the lane on you, not a spot anybody wants to be in.
Everybody talks about being posterized. I mean, I've been on a few posters and created a few posters myself, so it's part of the game, Ned, part of the game.
Watford missing that one. Got to imagine he's getting a little tired here, logging a lot of minutes, carrying a big load for this offense.
One of the things that's deceptive about Mountain Brook, you look at Wofford and think he is a one-man show. He's far from that. These guys do a great job of playing around him, knowing what their roles are, and are very effective in those roles.
Absolutely. White behind the back dribble for 3. Back-to-back threes for Dalvin White.
Dalvin White looked like he's trying to play for a college scholarship out here with these last 2 threes here with 2:30 to go in the game.
White with an offer from Georgia State, looking for a few more this season, his last at Norcross.
I tell you one thing about Ron Hunter and his staff, they do a good job of mining the talent here in the state of Georgia. They've done a great job, and if you look at their roster, they have the most Georgia players of any roster in college in the state of Georgia right now.
And Watford misses that one.
That's the only thing he's been not great at today is from the free throw line.
And he was solid those first 3 quarters. I think this fourth quarter, just losing a little concentration with this lead, getting a little bit tired. But he makes the second and gives him 30 points on the evening.
I tell you, he has a beautiful stroke, I'll tell you that.
Corner 3, he's fouled, and heading to the line will be Malachi Martin.
Ned, this is the reason why I have a bald head now, is because right there, 2:20 to go in the game, you're up 15. Why am I fouling on a three-point shooter? Why am I doing that? Once again, I'm going to let him get the shot. I'm going to block him out. Right, if he makes it, so be it. If he doesn't, I can get the rebound, get back down to this side of the floor.
And missed there by Martin. His first free throw or shot attempt of this game.
And what people don't realize right there, by taking and stopping the flow of the action right here, Norcross knocks down this last free throw right here. They can get into their full court defense.
Yep. So 1 for 2 for Martin. The junior's third free throw is just rims out, and Watford clears. Watford crossover, kick out, nice ball fake, patient Mountain Brook offense.
That was beautiful right there by Stramaglia.
Under 2 to go here. Watford wants a pick from Lineberry. Behind the back dribble to his right, kicks it out in the corner. Lineberry catches it top of the key to Watford. Patient. Shortening this game as best they can. A little bit of a lead pass there. Into the corner, could be trouble. And he bounces it off the Norcross defender.
It's like the 4th time
Heads up
they've
play.
done that right there. You know, you initially see that pass over the top by Watford, like, what is he doing? What is he? But once again, you know, it's a great quarterback leading his wide receiver there. Got to use a little football reference since we're here in Georgia.
Big college football Saturday, but before you watch any of those games, be sure to tune in to SUV TV all day tomorrow as we got more coverage, and you'll see more Division I talent like Trendon Watford on the court.
Earlier, I went down the whole Watford family line, but once again, Trendon Watford right there, faking the pass, spinning off, taking the hit, getting to the basket, finishing with the and one.
And finishes again. That's his 4th and one of the game, I believe.
Is that 33 points for him?
33 for the junior.
Man, telling you, he's going to make some coach a very, very happy man.
Corner 3, no good. Rebound. And on the ground, Norcross had it momentarily, and there's going to be a foul call. And it looks like heading to the line will be the junior Lewis Williams.
Wow, that's pretty interesting right there. He calls that foul, and all that is a loose ball to me right there. Once again, I don't think this official is going to be on anybody's Christmas list.
So 1-and-1 here. Banks it in.
I might run out and get him my Junior Hawks whistle that I have on my on my rear view mirror in my truck.
Second free throw, no glass, just net. And inbound to Lineberry, and he was fouled. So 15 point, what a pass by Watford to the official right there, just casually.
I'm telling you.
He really has been impressive.
I'm about ready to find him a football uniform out here the way he's passing. Green Bay could use him right now.
Absolutely.
He's got the exact same color scheme on.
You see him daps up somebody on that Norcross bench. They, despite the losing effort, can appreciate a great player and a great individual performance here tonight.
You know, Ned, with a lot of these guys, they spend time with each other on the AAU circuit and everything. That's probably one of the hardest adjustments I've had to make because, you know, when you stepped in between the lines, I wanted to crush you. Then I'd buy you a Coke afterwards.
Afterwards.
Exactly. There's no dapping during the game. I try to chop my best friend in the throat.
So the lead out to 17 as we have a minute to go here. Very impressive showing from the defending Alabama State champions, the Mountain Brook Spartans. And be sure to stay tuned after this one. We got a good one. Mount Verde from Florida taking on Trinity Episcopal from Virginia. So you Georgia high school basketball fans, you can see some of the other top talent in some other states. As Watford, going for the cherry on top with that one.
I'm telling you, he was trying to put all the cherry on that Sunday.
Look for Malachi. Martin falls, that's 3. 10 seconds to go here. And that should be a final 76-62. The Mountain Brook Spartans come into Atlanta and take down Norcross, and that's gonna count a 3-pointer at the buzzer.
Finishes
for
with 36.
Watford.
Finishes with 36. I'll go ahead and I'll say this right now. I didn't think anybody was more impressive to me so far today than Charlotte Christian until I watched this Mountain Brook squad. I mean, very well coached, great program across the board, and I'm telling you, they got a future star in the making, not only at the college level, but at the NBA level in Trendon Watford.
Absolutely, a very impressive showing by the Mountain Brook Spartans as they take down the Norcross Blue Devils 79-62. Thanks for tuning in here on SUV TV. For the coach, I'm Ned Case. Be sure to stay tuned. Monteverde and Trinity Episcopal coming up next in just under 15 minutes.